Hey guys, welcome to the Liberal Hive Mind, a channel solely focused on exposing the abundant hypocrisy of the left. You know, the more real it gets, the more crazy it feels. The more it feels surreal. I mean, who do these people think they are? Fani Willis, Jack Smith, Alvin Bragg, who do these people think they are to inject themselves directly into the democratic process? Donald Trump's obviously the frontrunner. Donald Trump is most likely going to be the nominee, whether he's in prison or not. Let's be real. And you know, in the justice system, some level of discretion has to be applied. When a police officer is deciding whether or not to give you a ticket or whether or not to arrest or charge someone, sometimes they have the authority to use their discretion to say, you know what, it's not worth it, it doesn't make sense, we're not going to go that route. And if there was ever one situation where that kind of careful, circumstantial discretion should have been applied, it was here. And that's in a situation where we're giving them the total benefit of the doubt that Donald Trump actually did multiple real, serious, illegal things. He deserved to be prosecuted, but you probably shouldn't go after a former sitting president. That's giving them full benefit. But we're in a situation where the charges are bogus. We're now also learning that Donald Trump, pretty much in all cases, is protected by presidential immunity, yet they're going after him anyhow. We're crossing the Rubicon here. We're stepping over a line that should have never been stepped over. And just released by the Fulton County Sheriff's Office are two Trump associate mugshots, which put it all into perspective. You know, a real slap in the face, a wake-up call, making you realize how serious this is and how there's no going back from this. We are entering wild, corrupt, politicized territory, and I guess I just want to rant about it. Let's get into it, folks. Let's roll the tape. All right, folks, so these two photos were released by the Fulton County Sheriff's Office not too long ago. The two individuals pictured are Atlanta bondsman Scott Hall and Trump campaign attorney John Eastman. And now next on the list is Rudy Giuliani, who addressed the press before flying to Georgia for his arraignment.
To Georgia, and I'm feeling very, very good about it because I feel like I'm defending the rights of all Americans, as I did so many times as a United States attorney. People like to say I'm different. I'm the same Rudy Giuliani that took down the mafia, that made New York City the safest city in America, reduced crime more than any mayor in the history of any city, anywhere. And I'm fighting for justice. I have been from the first moment. I represented Donald Trump, an innocent man who has now been proven innocent several times. I don't know how many times he has to be proven innocent, and they have to be proven to be liars, actually enemies of our republic, who are destroying rights, sacred rights. They're destroying my right to counsel, my right to be a lawyer. They're destroying his right to counsel. It's not accidental that they've indicted all his lawyers. Never heard of that before. In America, all the lawyers indicted. Now, whether you dislike or you like Donald Trump, let me give you a warning. They're going to come for you. When the political winds shift, as they always do, let us pray that Republicans are more honest, more trustworthy, and more American than these people in charge of this government. Because if our government is conducted this way, and the system of justice is politicized and criminalized for politics, your rights are in jeopardy and your children's. Donald Trump told you this. They weren't just coming for him, or me. Now they've indicted people in this case. I don't even know who they are. These are just regular people making a normal living. They're going to bankrupt them. They won't convict them.
A really powerful statement to the media, particularly the part where he says they're destroying my right to be a lawyer, and they're destroying Donald Trump's right to counsel. The man pictured in the mugshot earlier is John Eastman, Trump's campaign attorney, and they're indicting what seems to be almost his entire legal team at the time. That to me really puts it into perspective. You know, there's serious crimes out there. People have committed horrible, heinous crimes. When you commit a crime, you deserve to do the time. And generally, when someone commits a crime, it's clear. This man stabbed this person. This man robbed this bank. Send the person to jail. In this case, you know, all the resources that are being spent to go after Donald Trump, you would think that he did the most heinous thing imaginable. What did he do? He legally challenged the legitimacy of an election. He tried doing everything in his power, what he was being advised by his legal team as a constitutional approach and path to challenge said results. That's what he did. There's a whole lot of gray zone there. Whether he was right or whether he was wrong, it doesn't matter. What was the crime? They're telling you that the crime was challenging, working through legal channels with his legal team, with his lawyers, to challenge, investigate, audit what they viewed as potentially fraudulent. It seems just wild to me. Honestly, it seems wild. I mean, look, they're trying to set a legal precedent here that state and Washington practices when it comes to the democratic process shall not be questioned. To question and challenge those processes will land you in prison, even if you're the president of the United States. That seems so incredibly dangerous to me. And what I find crazy is that so many people, millions of people, are just going along with this as if it's acceptable. They're accepting it. In many cases, they're cheering it on and they're justifying it. I don't think people realize the severity of what is currently going on. The regime, the current regime, is attempting to imprison the former president of the United States and current Republican frontrunner for simply expressing his political voice and will. They're arresting him and his entire legal team for attempting to investigate and challenge. None of it makes sense. And even if Donald Trump was guilty of some little crime, even if, the idea that you would go after the Republican candidate or Republican frontrunner in the midst of the election season simply cannot be justified in my mind. No one will ever convince me that these actions are appropriate. Not only legally, not only logically, but even logistically. The mess that these Soros prosecutors are creating is unreal. Fani Willis is now threatening to throw Donald Trump in jail and set him up with a $200,000 bond price tag. Here's Dan Bongino's take, which I thought was fantastic.
Folks, I don't think the Trump team should post the bond. I don't. This may sound like a crazy idea, but folks, we're living in crazy times. And crazy times require different, crazy, bold approaches. Fani Willis wants to be a smart-ass tyrant, little socialist communist like she is down in Fulton County, Georgia. Don't post. Don't post the bond. You know, jail him? Let's elect our first political prisoner. Go ahead. Go to jail. Let the Secret Service shut the entire jail down, and we'll see how long you're willing to keep this charade going. Let him put him in jail for a bit. Folks, I know it sounds crazy. Let the Secret Service shut that entire floor down, because remember, Title 18 USC 3056, and I believe 1752, the Secret Service has the absolute federal authority, the supremacy clause. They can declare anything a federally protected area, even a prison cell. They can clear out that entire wing of the prison and make sure Donald Trump never sees another human being in that prison other than the Secret Service. I wouldn't post. You may think it's a crazy idea. I don't think so. Folks, you've seen people around the world take a stand like this, and it's easy for me to say, I get it. I wouldn't be the one in a prison cell. But you want to send a message? Let's see. Let's see what happens. We should hold protests outside of that prison cell every single day. Don't post. Don't post the bond. Make them put you in jail. And make them show America their asses and show America who they really are. And let's see how long this lasts. Folks, I think the F around and find out the time has long since passed.
Trump very often makes the point that Atlanta is one of the most dangerous cities in the United States. Almost every crime has skyrocketed over the last 3 years. And this is what the Fulton County District Attorney is spending resources on. And now threatening to hold and jail Donald Trump, which obviously is going to be a logistical nightmare and cost the county an absolute fortune, especially if Donald Trump decided to not post bail. I don't know, the more real it gets, the more crazy it seems, the more absurd it all seems, the more totally wrong, evil, unethical, whatever it is, whatever word you want to use to describe it, it seems. And I'm just struggling to wrap my head around. I'm struggling to understand how it's all happening without mass protest. It seems to me like some sort of demoralization effect, some sort of spell has been casted on the masses. The Washington apparatus can do as it pleases. Lock you down, lock you up, shut you up, take away your rights, imprison you in your own home, shut down your business, force mandates, and people just simply go along with it. I don't know what's more outrageous. The fact that the government is corrupt and clearly abusing its power, not exactly surprising. That, or the fact that the masses, the sheeps, just simply go along with it. I don't know what to tell you, but it seems to me as though this election season is going to be interesting, to say the least. They're about to jail the former president of the United States for having an opinion. If that is not sign that the Republic is hanging on by a thread, then I don't know what is. Anyways, that's what I got for you guys. Let me know what you guys think in the comments section. Leave a like on the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you feel like it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.